Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome to my first YouTube makeup tutorial. In this video, I want to show you how I do a full face of makeup. Just to show you the technique that I use when applying my makeup. So to start, I'm doing primer on my eyes. This is always important. When you prime your eyes, you'll get more of the pigment from your product. It's a lifesaver. Don't skip it. Next, from any eyeshadow palette you have, take any of the nude colors resembling your skin color and just apply it on the eye primer. I like to do this. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. I prefer to. Next, I'm putting the first color, which is a golden color. Yeah, it's a shimmery color. So first I'm packing it on my eyelid and then I will rub it in. It's always important to rub the product in, that way it stays better. I prefer to do both eyes at the same time. Some people prefer to do one eye and then the other eye, but I prefer to equally do both. I'm not going above the crease of my eye. What I'm showing you here is how to get the perfect wing. So you go from the bottom of your nose, the tip right there, to the tip of your eye, to the tip of your eyebrow. Then I'm going to use a thin brush and draw the line on both sides. Take your time with this because you want the line to be perfect. But even if you get it wrong, there's a way to correct it, and you will see that. Next, for hooded eyes especially. So from the end of the line where you've drawn the wing, you're going to do a straight line. From there to there, you're now going to do a straight line to the middle of your eye. That will be your guide. Take your time. And that's another reason why I like to do both eyes at the same time, is I'm able to compare while I'm working on both of them. So when you're happy with the lines, then you start to fill it in. Remember, even if you make a mistake with the lines, you can always correct it later. So I'm using this brush now. You can use any brush you feel comfortable to do the job. There's nothing specific really. So I'm now filling it in. I'm packing product and blending. So I'll pack the product and then I will blend. I'm not going, you can see from where the line is, I'm not going above the crease. I'm working with that line. Correct it where you need to correct it, add where you need to add. At this point I could just feel something was off. So you can take a wet wipe and define the line. Remember, take your time. So at this point I'm happy with how my eyes are looking so far, and I wiped off the excess that fell on my cheeks. Time to do the liner. People who have a problem wearing liner, this is how I do mine. Always start from the bottom, because at this point you have excess product. Even if you've cleaned your brush, there's more product on your brush at this point. So start at the bottom, that way you have a thin line as it goes up. You don't want a thick line where you want the corner of your wing. Work with the line that you drew with your eyeshadow, the one that you defined. And from here you will see that I will connect the tip of the wing to where the crease is on my eye. Before I learned how to do this, I used to draw on my eyeliner by pulling my eye and then drawing a straight line. So that's one mistake we make, especially if you have hooded eyes, because when you let go of your face, when you stop holding your eye, the line is totally distorted. So draw your liner when your face is relaxed, when you're not holding anywhere, so that you're drawing according to the features of your face. I like to do the outline and then fill it in if I'm doing something like this. If I'm doing a thin liner, then I don't really draw an outline. I'll do a video though on how I do different types of eyeliner. I'm now filling in the outline with this amazing MAC liner. I love it. It's the first time I bought this from MAC, and I really like the texture, and I love the way it's matte and it doesn't crack. Remember, when you're doing your eyeliner, draw it on slowly. Gradually build the liner. It's easier to add than remove. When you want to draw the rest of the line on, build it up really slowly, really close to your lash line. Anyone who knows me, I don't leave the house without a cat eye, and this is how I do it. First, you will draw on 2 dots. Those will be kind of like your guidelines. And then you'll connect those dots to your eyeliner. From the bottom part of the eye, you'll connect the dot to your waterline, not inside the waterline, just next to the waterline. Then you see there's that little space inside. You can always fill it in with a different color if you want, but I'm gonna fill it in with black. You can always leave it like that, or you can draw the bottom liner as well, which I like to do. So for that I'm going to be using the back liner again, because it doesn't run. To avoid the bottom liner from looking too sharp, what I'm gonna do, I've gone in with the same blue I used in the outer corner of my eye, and I'm gonna go over the black line. Can you see the difference? I'm just going over with a bit of product, making it a bit dark. Obviously, you can tweak where you want to. Next, I'm putting on kajal, also known as kohl. I really like it because it's super dark and effortless to apply. And when you apply, for example, a liner at the bottom like that, even for an eye pencil that runs, the liner holds it so it doesn't run. And if you use pencil to draw the bottom line, you can always set it with black eyeshadow. That's always gonna work. Special appearance, my cute cat. Next, we're gonna do mascara. I'm just prepping my eyelashes to put falsies on. So I curl them and then I put on mascara and then I put the falsies on. Took me a clean 15 to 20 minutes to get the lashes on, but thank God. Next, I'm using the MAC spray to prime my face, Prep Plus Prime, and it does a really good job. I like to set it in with a sponge. Anything you use on your face that's a beauty blender or a sponge, make sure it's wet. Next, I use eye primer on my nose only because it really holds product well, especially if you wear specs. This will save you. Next, concealer. Add where you need to add. I always prefer to add a bit of product and then build up, because I don't like a cakey face. Next, setting. You have to set it, otherwise it will crease and get that weird line. So I had a pimple situation on my forehead, so this is me trying to sort that out. It doesn't look green in the video, I don't know why, but that's a greenish color corrector that I'm doing on my pimple because it was red. Usually for if you have dark under eyes, you use red color corrector to cancel that out. And now I'm putting the concealer on that I had put under my eyes. That's what I'm putting on my forehead and blending it out. So I usually like to conceal and contour under my foundation because I notice that when I do it under my foundation, my look comes out more natural. It looks so much better than if I do it in reverse. That is my concealer and my contour on top of the foundation. It kind of cakes up more if I do it that way. Okay, so now I'm doing a rounded contour. I like to do this so that my cheeks look more full, but if I want a sharp look, then I keep it at a straight line. Big nose gang, you know you can't miss this. I will do a detailed video on how to contour according to the features of your face, because you can't just do anything you see online to your face. Everyone's features are different, so you have to apply makeup according to that. I'm just going over my face with a bit of setting powder. Okay, now the foundation. What I think is important for you to know is, regardless of if you do your concealer and your contour first, or if you do your foundation first, whatever you put on second, in my case the foundation, you have to dab it on, because if you use a brush, you will end up moving the product that is under. So even if you want to use a brush, you have to stipple it on. Don't do round motions, you have to stipple it on. And if you're gonna stipple it on, I suggest you use a beauty blender instead of a brush. You see, the contour is still intact how I put it on. You have to press on the product. Don't forget your neck, honestly. So without adding any product on the sponge, the same sponge I used to blend in my contour, I'm using it to just go over the places where I had contoured lightly. That's optional. I'm now setting everything with compact powder. I like to use a brush for doing this, and you're going to use a really light hand to do that. I'm gonna help with cutting the contour, so I'm putting setting powder right below the contour so that I can get that line. So here I'm letting the powder sit in. I let it sit in for about 2 to 3 minutes, not too long, and then I wiped it off with a brush. I have no idea what I'm doing with my hand. So when you put the setting spray on, which is the same one I use, the Prep and Prime from MAC, I use a sponge to pat it in and then I let it dry. When you pat it in, I find it works so much better. Next, I'm doing a bit of powder contour just on top of where I contoured my face, very lightly as well. A bit of peach blush. Make sure to rub. Don't just put it on and leave it there. You have to rub it into the skin. Well, not skin, but foundation. Next, that's highlighter. I'm telling you, I love highlighter. I don't know, are you a blush person or a highlighter person? What can't you go without? So I'm just going over with the same brush on my cupid's bow and the bridge of my nose, putting a bit of the setting spray on the sponge and going over my face. And now it's time for lipstick. Some ladies prefer not to wipe off the concealer or foundation that they have on their lips. I don't like to do that. I like to wipe it off. And I didn't realize when my camera cut off, so the whole process of me applying lipstick is not on the video. And here's the final look. I loved it so much, and it stayed. When I do my makeup, it doesn't move. I can go for a wedding, and when I come back home, it doesn't move at all. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you've made it this far. Thanks for watching the whole video. Bye.